to, and then this. So this is interesting. So this is the talked to Axis and Sloth and Crispy on the stream last week.
Yeah.
And I posted the video here. If you haven't watched it yet, everyone, I'll put the link to this in the chat, and you can watch the video. But we go through Axis and Sloth, and folks go through a lot of stuff that they like about it, why they think it's important, all that stuff. And then what really struck me was yesterday, I saw this comment on a thread, and I was like, whoa, like this is very interesting. So this is a screenshot, and I'll actually go to the link here in a second because I found out where it was. I messaged Igor, shout out to Igor. I messaged him, I was like, hey, where did you find this? Because I was looking at the contract, but I couldn't find it, and I'll show y'all how I found it in a minute. But this was a note that is ownable, and the owner wields tremendous power. The ownership will be transferred to a governance smart contract once ink is sufficiently distributed and community can govern itself. Whoa, where was that 2 or 3 weeks ago? That would be good to know for everyone, right?
I looked in the contract. I didn't see that at first either. So I just saw this pop up like the past, like what, day or two?
Yeah. Again, shout out to Igor. And I found it. So I messaged him, and he's like, oh, you got to look at the owner contract. So that's when I went here. And so this is, let's see, this is the, I want to show people. Let me go to the first one first, because I want to be like how you can actually find this. So INC, come on. It's a little slow. It's got to do the human thing. Okay, I believe it's this one. And then if you go to contract and you look at code, then it just shows you incentive. It shows you, different parts of the contract. But if you search for, like this is an interesting part as well. But if you search for tremendous, or you search for, this part, the master chef, can't find it. And so I asked him, and he's like, oh, you got to go to the owner contract. And to find that, you go to read contract, and then you go to owner. And so if you go to the owner contract, then you can see, and you go to the code, you can see the comment, the very first, the first 10, 20 lines, master chef, biggest change is, per second instead of per block for rewards, all that stuff. Very, very cool. And you can see the original comment. Now there's even more details, and that's why this is fun, because I know a lot of people, if you can't see, you can't read code and stuff, that you won't be able to understand like the code portion, but the comments are English. So if you can understand English, you can read the comments and kind of draw stuff from there. So have you looked at any of these before? Are you familiar with it? I kind of just cursorily looked at them this morning, but I just want to make sure this was like a real deal. But have you looked at it yet?
I haven't looked at the owner contract. I did look at the incentive contract, and they do have like delegate functions in there where it checks the balance of the wallet to see how much ink they have, and it's like their delegated voting power.
Yep.
So it's kind of in line with what you're seeing there in that contract as well. So that kind of got me excited and a little bit bullish as well on ink. I was a little bit worried there, I'm not going to lie, because it was like the ratio was kind of going down, but I think it really provided a good buying opportunity. So I've been mostly converting my ink rewards into like PulseX, and just like growing my bag slowly until I'm comfortable with it. But I think with the revelations from this contract, I might actually consider holding on to my ink rather than swapping out for something else at this point.
Well, that's the cool thing about it, is there are multiple options. And I talked about this in a thread before too, of, you could, a lot of people, I imagine, are doing like they're earning the ink in some pool, and then they're rolling it into the ink pools. There's an ink, let's see, I'll bring it up here. Yeah, there's the ink PLS, there's an ink PLSX. So, if you're earning from the other farms, for example, one thing you can do, not financial advice, one thing you can do is, you earn it here, whatever you get, or, earn it here, you earn it the hex PLS, whatever. And then after you harvest it and you get to an amount that you want to put it in, then you just can keep adding to your position on these other ones. And you just keep, you're holding ink, and impermanent loss can go back and forth based on PLS price and ink price and the ratios. But it's still a way to earn ink on your ink, and you're sort of recycling it. You're providing liquidity, and you're not selling it, but you're also you got to put up the same amount on PLS and PLSX. So that's the only thing. You got to have enough to keep rolling it into that. But that's one way to hang on to it and earn more ink on your ink. And then the other is just, like you said, if you wanted to trade it for PLSX, if you wanted DCA style and just earn ink and then keep buying PLS, earn ink, keep buying HEX, PLSX, whatever you want, you can use ink as a DCA strategy as well.
I mean, so how I took it was, I'm in a position right now. I can't afford to reroute some of my finances from my bills to directly to the bridge and buy this stuff with my paycheck. But what Ink has allowed me to do is it's allowed me to use the stuff we received from our sacrifice to basically create a stream of income that allows me to DCA without having to actually put undue financial burden on my family. So it's been a huge blessing. And the way I view it too is it's like, so the APRs, they're paid out in ink. So if the ink is like $20 today, it was like $70 a couple weeks ago. If it goes back up, if it goes down, whatever, basically, I mean, what it says, maybe I'm earning like $300 or $100 a day in today's APR calculation, but in the future, that $100 or $300 could actually end up being like $1,000 or $3,000 because the price is appreciated.
Exactly. Like we don't know what the price is going to be in the future. Like I said, I've seen it go from, I think $4 was what I remember seeing at the first few days of launch. And then I saw it go to 17, and then it was real quick. It was like 50 and then 70 and then 80.
Yeah, we touched 80. That was crazy.